In the streets of West London, where ambition is often met with struggle, two young men carved out a dream together. One of them was Central Cee, the rising star of UK rap, and the other was Fernando Johnson, affectionately known as F. to those who truly knew him. Their bond wasn't just built on music or the streets, it was deeper than that. They were brothers in spirit, united by loyalty, dreams, and a hunger to make something out of nothing. But life is cruel, and in the blink of an eye, everything can change. On the night of January 26 to 23, Fernando was taken from this world in an act of senseless violence. A young life, full of promise, was cut short outside a restaurant in London. He was just 23. For Central Cee, this wasn't just the loss of a friend, it was the loss of a part of himself. And now, all that remains are memories, echoes of laughter, and the unshakable mission to keep F.'s name alive. Long before the fame, before the millions of streams, before the world knew Central Cee's name, there was just Oakley and Fernando. F. Two kids navigating a world that didn't always show them love. They grew up in the same ends, moving through the same circles, facing the same battles. Fernando wasn't just a friend, he was family. He was the kind of person who kept the energy alive, the one who made the coldest nights feel warm with his jokes, the one who could hype up a room without even trying. He believed in Central from the very beginning, long before the world did. He was there when the music was just an idea, when the grind was still quiet, when the dream felt distant. F. knew what it meant to hustle, to push forward when the odds were stacked against them. He wasn't just a supporter, he was a protector, a motivator, the kind of presence that made you believe you could be more. And that's what makes his loss so devastating. January 26, 2023 should have been another regular night, another step in their journey. But life has a way of snatching away the ones we love when we least expect it. Fernando was outside a restaurant in London, a night that should have ended in laughter and plans for the future. But instead, it ended in tragedy, a senseless act of violence, a blade, a moment of chaos, and just like that, he was gone. The streets were left a little quieter, the world a little darker. For Central Cee, the news was more than heartbreaking, it was shattering. How do you move forward when the person who walked beside you is suddenly gone? How do you chase a dream when the person who believed in it the most isn't there to see it? Grief isn't just pain, it's an emptiness, a silence that follows you everywhere. And in the midst of his rising fame, Central was left with that silence, forced to carry on without his brother. For someone like Central Cee, who wears his truth in his lyrics, the best way to honor F. is to keep going, to make sure his name isn't forgotten. And that's exactly what he's doing. Every song, every milestone, every stage he steps on is a tribute to the ones who never made it. The pain of loss has a way of bleeding into the music, and though Central doesn't always speak on it directly, the weight of it is there in every lyric, every bar filled with the struggles of life, the memories of the ones lost too soon. But it's not just about the music. It's about living in a way that makes F. proud, carrying his energy into every success, making sure the world knows that he was here, that he mattered. There's no bringing back what was lost, no rewinding time to change what happened, but what remains is the impact F. had, the laughter, the loyalty, the unbreakable bond that not even death can erase. To the world, Fernando Johnson might just be another name, another statistic in a cycle of violence that claims too many young lives. But to Central Cee, to the people who loved him, he was so much more. He was a dreamer, a fighter, a brother, and though his time was cut short, his legacy lives on. Every time Central Cee steps into the booth, every time he speaks about the struggle, every time he pushes forward despite the pain, F. is there. Because true bonds don't die, and as long as Central Cee is breathing, F.'s name will never fade.